Welcome to Tech Blueprint, a window that lets you know the latest technology news in the world. After the chip rules were launched, many Chinese companies have fallen into the trouble of chip shortage. The emergence of Huawei has made the United States a frightened bird. As long as there is a sign of overtaking on the curve technology, it will be unceremoniously added to the entity list, and cooperation involving the U.S. technology system will be completely cut off. The United States initially thought that it could control China's chip manufacturing industry through ASML and TSMC, but now it seems that they are naive. Although these two companies are the world's top in their respective fields, they are highly dependent on American technology, which has also led to the loss of the right to free shipment. The United States also took advantage of this at the beginning, not allowing ASML to ship mid to high-end lithography machines, and pressuring TSMC to cut off supply completely. It thought it could achieve its desired goal, but it never thought that it would promote Huawei's determination to independently develop. The return of Kirin 9000S has directly sentenced the chip rules to death. Restrictions have been imposed again and again. China has not even touched the EUV lithography machine, but Huawei has achieved the manufacture of high-end chips by relying on the DUV lithography machine and the carefully designed stacking process. After actual testing, the Kirin 9000S has performance no less than that of the 7nm chip. Even if there is still a gap with the current top technology, who dares to say that Huawei has not succeeded? ASML is the only company in the world that can manufacture EUV lithography machines. The Netherlands has always regarded it as a jewel in the palm. In the face of pressure from the United States, the attitude of the top management has been repeated. The reason is naturally that once the Chinese market share is lost, ASML's core interests will be affected. The reason why the United States is so afraid of the rise of Chinese semiconductors is that Intel, the most advanced chip foundry in the country, can only barely achieve the manufacture of 7nm chips with the gathering of all resources. The dilemma of being highly dependent on TSMC has never been solved. Huawei previously released the world's first 5nm chip based on TSMC's process, which has already rubbed their advantages to the ground. Later, the United States made more excessive demands, trying to make ASML interrupt the supply of parts and after-sales service, which is equivalent to directly putting the company's integrity on the fire. ASML naturally knows what the compromise will lead to. Now that the Netherlands has shown signs of turning the table for its own company, the United States seems to have gradually woken up. The United States can only helplessly declare, simply restricting ASML cannot hinder the development of Chinese chips. According to the latest market news, the United States has planned to bypass ASML to launch restrictions, and the actual operation steps have been mentioned in the CHIPS Act. According to the official response, the focus will be on promoting the development of more advanced EUV lithography technology in the future, and the top academic staff will be called together to participate in the training and development of talent teams. At present, $825 million have been allocated to provide project support. What China can interpret from this is that the United States should want to concentrate the technology related to EUV lithography machines. As for whether it will continue to authorize the corresponding technology to ASML, there is no accurate answer at present, but it is certain that ASML's overall strength will definitely be weakened. The Netherlands has not completely stood in line. According to the nature of the United States, it is naturally impossible for it to get away with it. But the United States is now facing a talent dilemma. The previous two-choice nationality policy for Chinese students has caused a lot of talent to leave. The U.S. economy is now in a terrible state. In addition, with the outbreak of the Sino-U.S. trade war, many U.S. companies are in trouble and can only maintain normal business operations by layoffs. From inviting TSMC to build a factory in the United States to shrinking the authorization of advanced technology, the United States' ambition has been fully demonstrated. The reason why it wants to unite with allies to target Chinese companies is that Chinese companies will not obey obediently. If the top technology spreads to Chinese semiconductors, the United States' technological hegemony will eventually be lost. But Bill Gates once warned, the United States cannot prevent China from obtaining high-performance chips. Now such a prophecy has become a reality. All the plans of the United States are just a spent force. It is clear who will win if it continues to consume. In short, the United States officially announced that it is difficult to stop the development of Chinese chips by relying on ASML, and Chinese companies such as Huawei have successfully developed their own chips. The United States wants to bypass ASML restrictions and promote EUV lithography technology, but it faces talent loss and economic difficulties. Bill Gates once predicted that the United States could not prevent China from obtaining high-performance chips, and now it has become a reality. What do you think about this?